welcome to the first ever edition of Worst Week Ever. I'm excited. I know this one is as well. Well, I'm going to introduce you in just a hot second. Or maybe I will since you're already on camera, so it's a surprise. Well, I am joined this week by a hilarious comedian. He's not that funny, folks. Calm down. Michael Arden, the one and only. It's a pleasure to have you here. I know you're honored to be here as well.
Of course. You can speak for me anytime.
I will do that right now. So thank you for joining us. You are a comedian who tours all around town. We're going to get to know you a little bit in just a hot second. But I want people to be well aware that we are starting a brand new show here called Worst Week Ever. A lot of people are depressed about Trump being president or just depressed about other things in life, and they think every week is the worst week in their lives, and I'm here to tell them, moving forward, you shouldn't be depressed about this current week because next week could possibly be even worse. So that's exciting. And we're going to make the bad news exciting and happy each and every week here. Isn't that fun, Michael?
Oh, loads.
Tons of fun. All right, so we've got a jam-packed show to get to. Also, starting next week, we're going to be streaming live on Facebook Live. Whoa! I know you're a fan of Facebook, right?
You know it. Big fan.
All right, so that's fun and exciting, something to look forward to. And also, we have brand new segments, which I'm going to be working out the kinks with tonight.
Yes.
Okay? So, and also, when we're not going to be serious about politics. We're going to be funny about everything in life. So we could talk about politics as well, but we're going to be...
And you brought me here to not in any way be sad, negative. Okay.
Well, that was actually... funny you brought that up. So let's dive into this.
We've known each other how long?
I just met you yesterday.
All right.
All right, so I have a question for you. Before we get to our first segment where we're going to be talking about some of the worst clips of the week, viral clips and videos out there, let's have people get to know you a little. You're a comedian.
Yeah. Yes.
But... why I thought you were a perfect guest for this week's show, for the kickoff of Worst Week Ever, is because you are like a depressing comedian at times, right?
I would hope I would describe it more as someone that has a depressed persona over being a depressing comedian.
All right, so why are you a depressed
I hope
persona?
that I am an entertaining comedian who operates within a more or less depressed persona.
Okay, so why, though? Like, why don't you look at the bright side of life? Always.
Because I have a very difficult time doing that.
Well,
how about that for applause break?
Well, that's why you're here on Worst Week Ever, because I want you to turn the frown upside down.
I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult to imagine contemplating mortality and yet still being happy all the time. I know.
Oh my God! Don't bring us down. All right, this is worst. I know this is Worst Week Ever,
but the good news is
you're alive.
The good news is that you can take psychedelics and realize that everything's okay.
There you go, folks. See, whatever gets you through the day.
Yes.
I would just say to you, though, you need to realize you are a somewhat funny comedian. That's exciting. And you've had success. Yes. And so you should be... That should lift up your spirits to the sky.
It does. Well, when I'm on stage, that's my happy place.
You feel alive.
Yeah, I feel alive.
And where have you... Where do you perform? Can people see you?
Yes.
In town?
I mean, the easy answer is I perform wherever they will have me.
Oh, and we'll have you right here on the show. We are happy to have you here.
But I perform primarily locally in Los Angeles. Ooh. I am based in Los Angeles. I live in the great city of Los Angeles.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Thank you.
Or as you might say, the somewhat great city. You're a fan of the somewhat.
Right, because I see that's why this is what keeps me happy all the time.
Yes.
Because if you don't set your expectations so unrealistically high, you'll always be satisfied.
I completely agree with that.
Thank you. Oh, look at this.
Yes.
Our crowd loves it. We're motivating people. All right. Yeah. So moving forward on this show, I know you're a regular fan of my Schneider Factor.
Absolutely.
What type of segments would you like to see? Because next week we're going to go live on Facebook Live with some... I'm going to propose some ideas here. You ready? We're going to have a worst...
I like how you ask me what ideas do you have, and then you just jump immediately to your ideas. Okay.
Well, we're going to have the pillow fight. Everybody loved the pillow fight from. We're going to have our pillow fight about a topic that me and a guest disagree with.
Okay.
So that'll be continuing on the Worst Week Ever show.
Okay.
We will also have worst video clips of the week. You know, things that are people being buzzed about out there.
And also for somebody that's telling me to be more positive, there's a lot of worse in these
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we are going to spin them.
Oh, okay. We're going to spin it.
Spinning them on its head.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think, though? What do you think should be as a weekly segment on this show?
Matt, I value your opinions. You're a somewhat funny guy as well, and so I think anything that you do would be worth watching.
Oh, wow.
Is that too political an answer?
No, that's too
fake an answer?
Too fake an answer.
Too boring an answer?
Not boring. I appreciate compliments all the time.
I enjoy, if I might talk a little bit about what you do on stage, I enjoy your histrionics. I enjoy watching. Yes, I enjoy watching how animated you get.
Thank you, folks.
Because I am a pretty just stationary still guy on stage, and you're very animated. I enjoy I want to see you do act out, so I want to see you get into it.
Oh, we're gonna get into it later. Okay, so that's actually a good point.
And I enjoy your impersonations, your impressions. I enjoy that.
Oh, you're getting an impression later tonight.
I think you have flair. I think that you should do things that allow you to do your.
I agree,
your
and I have fans around the world who want to see that as well. So we're going to be shoving exciting content out to them in new and exciting ways, which is fun and exciting for all of us. So we're going to keep talking with you.
Can I join the audience?
You join the audience. Why not? Sure. All right, let's bring on our first correspondent because he's going to do some clips. Of us. Also, we don't have the counter running down, so I don't know what. We don't have the timer. Aw, no timer tonight. But let's bring on Tony. Normally we have a timer that says. All right, so Tony.
Should I make space for him?
Oh, he could squeeze right in here.
He can squeeze in, right? So
squeeze the fun out of it. All right. Okay. Perfect. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
That's a tight shot.
I just want the viewers. I just want the viewers to know that.
All right, move it back, maybe.
I just want the viewers to know that this is just we're not all like in the same spot. So these guys are actually not that much larger than me.
Okay, so Tony, tell us you got your worst clips of the week that you want everyone to talk about. What people are talking about. So give us your news. Let's see. Cue up your first clip for us.
Okay, the first clip's going to be the locker room clip. Now, it's been a good week for the Pittsburgh Steelers because they beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They're advancing to the AFC Championship game. However, it wasn't a very good week for Antonio Brown because he, against his coach's wishes, live streamed Facebook Live his Coach Mike Tomlin's profanity-laced pep talk after the game.
All right, wait, Tony, that wasn't a clip. That was just like a still image. You're aware of that?
Well, it was the video. Audio, sound, video is.
I just see an image of the audience. We're not seeing a video.
Yeah, I think it for their viewers, it is important that they know that we know the definition of a still in a clip.
You know what they say is a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
That might be. You know what would be worth even more than 1,000 words? Though would be a video.
How many words is a video worth?
Millions.
Exponential.
Tons of words.
Exponential.
All right, well, Tony, thank you for bringing us a still image of an exciting video clip, which I'm sure was fun.
Everyone's talking about it.
Everyone well, maybe we could be talking about it, too, if we saw the video. But, Michael, do you have any comment about that? Did you hear about this tirade that went on Facebook Live?
Yeah. I rather than focusing on my life and important matters, I obsess on sports. So, yes, I'm well aware of it.
Okay, so would you approve of this the access that he granted fans and the like, or do you think the locker room should be kept private?
I encourage it. I love it. I love it when athletes embarrass themselves on social media. I love it when porn stars embarrass themselves in general, social media and otherwise. I love it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
So a word to the wise, Matt. Next week when we go Facebook Live, you might want to avoid those, the vulgar tirades after the show.
Good tip. Although I like to be real. I don't want to hide anything from my fans.
You do keep it real.
I keep it real,
yes.
as me and my homies in the hood say. Yes. So.
Or what about?
Oh, raising the roof, lowering the floors, widening the walls. I do it all.
Who let the dogs out?
Nobody. All right, Tony, get to your next clip.
Okay, here in Los Angeles, we have big news. We have yet another football team in 2 years. Cue up the Charger clip. There it is. They ripped off the Dodger logo. They put a little lightning bolt at the end of it, and they previewed this stunning new logo at the Staples Center, and it wasn't very well received, as you can hear in the clip. The picture.
Can I just say I'm a third-generation Charger fan. I'm from San Diego, and find the funny if you want, but I would just like to on the off chance that the owner of the Chargers is watching this, Dean Spanos.
He's a fan.
Can I?
He's riveted by the show.
All right, continue.
Wait, if he's a fan? What are you going to say to him?
Dean Spanos, the current owner of the Chargers, and I'm hoping that somehow, he croaks or something, and someone else can take his place. I'd rather have a monkey running that team. I just wanted to extend my feelings towards him for stealing my team from my city. So,
well, fair enough. You know what? I believe in the free market, and teams can come and go as they please. If people want to boycott the team when they're here, guess what would happen? They'll move right back. So
somewhere else.
Look at that, people! Yeah. Look at that! You come to me for great ideas.
Yes.
All right, so we didn't get to hear the clip, the audience cheering that clip because it was a still image again, Tony.
They were booing.
Booing.
They were booing.
All right. Well, thank you, Tony, for bringing that second clip. We got a good conversation out of it, at least. Do you have a final clip for us?
Yes, I saw this. It was a viral clip that's new on YouTube. It was a girl doing all these workout moves yoga while she's riding a moving bike.
Check out that motorcycle.
That's a motor.
Very exciting. All right. So and again, I guess we're not getting video of that. Is that because it was too hot for TV, Tony, or you just forgot to bring a video?
We like to have a family program here, Matt.
Yes.
All right, Tony. Well, thank you very much. So next week we're gonna have Tony bringing videos for the worst week clips, right?
Videos, yes.
That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, this might end up being like an organic way of coming up with worst week stills.
Oh, well, we got some worst stills.
Yeah,
you're right.
Worst stills.
All right. Well, before we
stills of the week.
Before we let Tony go, I want to do a quick. We're going to do a quick commercial here with the three of us. Are you ready? This is very exciting. So, everyone's gonna get to witness TV magic being made, because I'm gonna edit this out and stream this to all my comedian friends around the world. Are you ready? Okay, well, let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Matt Schneider, host of Worst Week Ever, and I'm looking for stand-up comedians to join me on a weekly public access show like these two hilarious guys. Aren't you having fun here?
The fun meter is pegged, Matt.
Absolutely.
Well, if you can do better than those two, I would encourage you to come on the show very soon, because we need comedy and we need it fast. So get in touch with me and help me decide if this was the worst week ever. All right, that was fun.
I gotta believe it.
All right, I think we.
Woo! I think we shaked off the cobwebs, baby. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was very exciting. Good work, Tony.
Yeah.
All right, so that was your least horrible performance yet.
My stairway to fame, right there.
Stairway to fame. All right, so good. So Tony, we welcome you to leave. And
take my chair with me.
Oh, actually, maybe leave it for a hot second. We're gonna bring on our social media director.
Okay,
I was hoping that I'd have the opportunity to.
All right, so make yourself comfortable.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tony. That was agree.
Or I could just get closer
all
to
right,
you.
no, don't do that. All right, we're social media director extraordinaire Duncan. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I have heard the fans around the world say, Matt, we want a show where you get to host and welcome on your funny friends like Michael Arden, and I've answered the call, and they've also demanded a way to get in touch with me, and that's why Duncan is in charge of our social media page to make that happen. So how's it going so far?
It's been going pretty good. I've been using Facebook all week.
Oh, good. All right. So do we have any fans? You're going to be reading back viewer email to us also. So is there any viewer feedback?
Well, I got a lot of emails this week.
Good. That's exciting. And reveal the content.
Joe Biden wanted me to join his movement.
Okay, I'm talking about emails related to the show. Worst week ever. Do you have any emails about that?
We got one email and they said that your show was the worst show.
Good.
The worst.
All right.
The worst show they saw that week ever.
Oh, okay. Maybe they're being sarcastic.
They seemed really serious.
All right. I don't know how you can tell if they were serious or not. But all right. This is the point here. You know what? I think we have to get out the vote. Get out the word more on the show. So we're going to encourage people to follow us at our brand new Instagram page, Worst Week Ever. That's exciting,
At
right?
Worst Week
At
Ever.
Worst Week Ever. And we're going to be encouraging also people to send in emails and feedback, and I'll answer the questions right here. I'll answer the questions other people won't. That's what type of host I am, Michael.
Well, what's nice is there's like no kind of existential malaise hanging over any of this.
I don't feel it.
Malaise.
I don't know if you do, but all right. So
I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
So I'm wearing it well.
perfect. All right, so Duncan, I think this sounds exciting, though, right?
This is very exciting. I'm very excited.
I'd hate to see you not excited. All right. All right. Well then, folks, Duncan, this is very exciting. So Duncan, social media, contact
Yes.
him, get in touch with him. Where are you going?
I was shaking your hand.
Oh, I'll shake your hand.
Depth perception's
I'd like to shake your hand as well.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
This is the start of something big.
Spectacular. I couldn't disagree more. All right. Duncan, thank you very much. We'll be seeing you on the social media world. And next week,
Yes.
Facebook Live.
Be on Facebook.
Oh.
Facebook Live. All right, so
Oh,
Michael,
man.
come on in. Now you can finally get
Now
back.
we can bring it in for the real thing.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so let me ask
Yeah.
you some final questions here. Before
Would you
we
prefer that I look you eye to eye, or can I look at the this
Um,
beautiful audience that we have?
No, you should look at my feet. Yes.
All
No,
right.
look at let me ask you, what was your worst? What was the worst thing that happened to you this past week?
Whew, gosh. Let's see. I mean, you could have just said like day, week. It didn't have to be.
Something bad happens to you every day?
No. We want to keep this upbeat for the viewers.
Yes, come on.
Let's see. Here's a story. I was late for work today, and
Oh my God, I'm bored to death here. All right.
So am I.
I'm kidding, Michael.
Well,
This is
there's a
comedy show.
fantastic story behind it, which
Oh.
which I'm sure I'll flesh out at a later date for you.
Okay. Or no, speed it up. What happened? You overslept?
Yeah. Well, whatever. I overslept. And, you do that whole charade where you call the boss and you offer like all the apologies. I'm so sorry. I'm an idiot. The whole fuck me thing. And I got one swear word in, so I met my quota. And,
Okay.
And then you're just driving like a maniac, and I was getting like people flicking me off, and I'm like, hey, well, the world's about me because, I'm a selfish
All right, this
person.
is your problem. I'm going to be your therapist for a hot second.
Okay.
Everything's about you, Michael. Everything, when something bad happens to you, you think it's, my life is horrible. I'm saying
Yes.
think beyond yourself. What was bad in the world?
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's why
Perfect.
I said you
Good.
take some psychedelics and you realize that the universe isn't conspiring against you. Doesn't even care about you.
Mission accomplished.
Yes.
All right, well then, my work here is done.
Yes.
All right, so, but my main question for you then is there's nothing that upsets you right now going on in the world? Like, is there a TV show? Is there a
okay.
movie? Is there a sports team? Like, are you upset about the Chargers or something?
I'm incredibly upset. Actually, if we're getting specific, I would say that that is one of the worst things that recently happened. I love the San Diego Chargers. I've loved them my whole life. And now they're in LA. So now Los Angeles has two football teams not to give a shit about. So that's nice. I mean, it's as if Los Angeles needed another football team. They don't care about football, and now they have two teams. So, it's very frustrating. Like I said, I'm a third-generation Charger fan. What that means is my grandpa, let's feign. You know what's amazing is you can't even feign interest in me for more than a few seconds.
I was feigning interest for several seconds.
I was saying, pretend I'm a girl you want to have sex with.
Okay, I can't.
Okay.
It's too big of a leap.
Okay, well.
My point for you, though, is anytime something bad happens, this is the moral of the show, you got to look at the flip side. Every bad thing that happens there's a secret good thing hiding behind it.
This is feeling less and less like a talk show, more and more like an intervention.
It's not an intervention. No, I would not even
Are my
invite
parents
you.
about to come in
I would
on
not
stage?
have invited
Yeah.
you as a guest on the
Okay.
show if
Yeah.
you seriously needed help.
Okay.
You are perfectly stable and exciting.
Yes,
I'm just saying
yes.
for everyone out there, anytime there's a bad thing, look at
Yeah.
the good thing around the corner. Because, for instance, right now, everyone's unhappy about Trump, right? Arguably, there's
I would disagree. I would think you'd spend a few seconds on Facebook, and there are quite a few happy people.
all right, but I'm saying anything
yeah.
you're unhappy about, flip it.
Okay.
Flip it
Yes.
and look at the good thing.
Yes.
Okay? Because now Trump guaranteed the
Yeah.
next person to be elected president will seesaw back in the opposite direction. There'll be good news coming. And
Yeah.
everything's
Keep in mind, he's 70 years old, so he may have no idea what's going on, and that might actually be a good thing. maybe somebody good will slip in
good.
and start calling the shots.
Well, look for the good news at all times. But speaking of Trump, we have a fun little segment here we're going to do with this week. We're going to do our worst feuds of the week every week. So whether it was a celebrity that was feuding, or this week we're doing Trump. We're not going to do Trump every week, but this week Trump and civil rights icon John Lewis got
civil rights hero.
Yes, hero. They got into a tiff, back and forth.
Yes.
John Lewis claims Trump is an illegitimate president because of Russian hacking, and Trump then
that's just the only reason, right?
Well, and he doesn't really.
Otherwise, fully qualified.
And then Trump replied that he doesn't think John Lewis has done much as a congressman, and that his city is in ruins. All right, so we're gonna try to,
especially the inner city.
Okay, yes. So let's do. You're gonna be Trump. I'm gonna be John Lewis. We're gonna recreate what their argument has been this past week, as if they had talked on the phone, if they were talking to each other on the phone right now. Okay, so let's.
Okay, you know Conan O'Brien is doing something rather similar too, but that's okay.
What is Conan? No, he does with the lips.
No. He has a segment on his show where it's the two of them back and forth talking on the phone.
What?
But that's okay. I'm sure that this will be every bit on par.
All right. Well, then why are we doing this? I don't watch Conan O'Brien.
All
right, so let's...
It's okay. He doesn't have cable, apparently.
All right.
Or the internet.
I've heard of Conan O'Brien, but I have not watched him. All right, so let's do... You're going to do Trump. You're ringing up the phone.
All right, let me get in Trump mode.
All right, I don't have a ringer on here? Okay.
Hi, John Lewis. I'm not a big fan of yours. In fact, I think that you are the worst person. The absolute worst. You're the worst.
Oh! Hello, Donald Trump. I see we meet again. Well, you're not a good president, and I will not be attending your inauguration. I hope you're happy.
Let me just say that you are everything that I thought you were, and more. Oh,
well, hello. We're
back. That wasn't us talking.
All right, that went nowhere fast. We were supposed to go back.
Yeah.
All right, that went well.
I think that might have actually inadvertently been the worst clip ever.
I think we are creating worst moments ever here. Okay, fine.
Yeah. No, we're on to something.
All right, hey.
We're on to something.
That's something. All right, so also we're going to be doing the worst...
No, Matt, you got to embrace it. When something good just happened, and I want you to adopt your philosophy of seeing the good in things.
Oh my God, I thought it was great.
We just had a beautiful moment.
We had a beautiful moment. I will cherish that for the rest of this night.
Yes.
And then forget it tomorrow immediately. All right, so if Conan does that, we're not trying to copy Conan, for Christ's sake. We got better things to do than that. So
Probably,
so final hurrah here. Actually, what we're also going to be doing, if I'm going to have comedians every week, I want the comedians to treat this like a real show also.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be opening the show with a monologue of sorts.
I've been treating this like a real show.
The comedians are going to have an opportunity to do a moment from their stand-up as well.
Oh, awesome.
So, I mean, if you have a hot second, do you have a little minute story from your stand-up you could share with us?
Okay. Are you saying that you want me to essentially share a bit, or you want me to share an anecdote?
An anecdote, as if you were like on a talk show. Be like, hey.
Okay.
You.
Well, I do a lot of racial humor.
Racial humor?
That's just what I do.
That's very progressive of you.
Yeah, I know. You know, I just start talking about black people and deal with it. Because it matters to me. So here's a fun story. Here's a cool thing, and this something that really emboldened me as a comedian, inspired me. I was doing this segment on white privilege, right? But not like what people thought. Like I was gonna do like some whole guilt, trip or whatever. I went from white privilege to height privilege.
Height privilege.
Height privilege, yes. Because I have white privilege, but I do not have height privilege.
Speaking of that,
well, there you go. And that's all they need. That's all they need.
We're not done with
that's
you.
All they
I thought
need.
it would be funny, like white noise. You know white noise?
No, I'm not aware of this white noise you speak of.
To me, I think I have a funny thing. It's like white noise is like hearing white people talk. As if you wanted to hear white noise, it would be like, hey, like I think
Hey,
racism is dead.
You shouldn't just give that away for free. That's gold right there. That's.
Do you know what I'm saying though?
Yes, I know what you are saying. Yeah.
Like that's white noise.
Yes.
You know, like what white people say to each other.
Yes.
Like, oh, I loved Frasier last night.
Yes, because we're in the year 1993.
All right, fine. It'll be updated for the stage.
Yeah.
All right, back to your white height. What was it?
Yes, my white height. Not to be confused with my actual physical height, my white height.
Your white height.
Yes. I was just talking about, like it was interesting because, white people get really uncomfortable when you talk race anything.
Yes.
What I found is that the people of color in the audience are way more accepting of anything racial than white people are. White people just start looking over their shoulders. Can I laugh? Is it okay? Is he going to say the N-word? I don't know how to react to this. So anyway, there was this black woman looking directly at me, and I go, this black woman's looking at me. This is going to get interesting. And the white people are freaking out. And within minutes, she's laughing. I go, see how pathetic you guys are? She's laughing.
What was she laughing at?
Oh, I said something uproariously funny, but I forget.
Why didn't you tell us what you said uproariously funny rather than this whole story around the uproariously funny part?
You cut me off. You interrupted my flow.
Don't blame me. That's fine.
Yeah, you're the host.
All right. Well, no,
you're easy to blame.
It sounds like that would have been a funny anecdote.
Okay, it was a funny anecdote.
I'm laughing on the inside. Good work.
Yeah.
All right. So we've had coming soon. Next week we're gonna have these new segments. So we're gonna have the worst monologue. Yeah. With yours
worst
truly.
Monologue, worst bit, worst anecdote,
the worst viral clips with Guido Corleone.
Come to think of it, I could have done that slightly better. I
think you could have, but you met the worst. I wanted the worst, and you gave us the worst.
But then again, yes, in the spirit of the worst.
In the spirit of the worst, you were our worst guest.
Okay.
No, you're missing the point. This was supposed to be funny. Okay. No, I'm the worst host.
All right. Now my parents are going to walk on stage. Yeah.
No. You're missing the point. Oh. Every week, the guest is the worst guest. That's the joke.
That is the joke.
This is what's funny, people.
And this is
I'm the worst host. You're the worst guest.
Yes.
This is the worst show.
This is why I wanted to go on the show knowing nothing about it so that we could reach this epiphany together.
That everyone is the worst. And that's the point. When you embrace the worst of everything, you then could laugh at it all.
I do.
That's the goal. I'm making a huge sacrifice here for
my
fans.
I put my faith in cats, so.
I don't know what that means. But okay, we are going to say, though, we're going to have a worst. So we have the worst monologue. We're going to have a worst guest. We're going to have the worst viral clips with Guido. We're going to have the worst social media update with Duncan. Yes. We're going to have the worst pillow fight with the guest. And then we're going to have the worst news rundown. Oh, and we're also going to have the worst...
And you can fit that all into 10 minutes.
Half hour, people.
Well, with commercials.
And worst Trump tweet as well.
Yes.
The worst... Okay, one final commercial here also, just encouraging people to watch the show. Yeah. Here we go. We still have time, right? We still have a few seconds. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Matt Schneider, co-host of... Or I'm the host, so let me clarify. Well, at the moment, you're the co-host. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Matt Schneider, host of Worst Week Ever, and I encourage you to watch our show each and every week as we recap the worst news of the week in the most exciting and fun way possible with hilarious comedian guest hosts like Michael Arden.
Hell yeah.
You too could be like him. Join us on the future episode. Contact me. You won't regret it. Because Michael certainly doesn't. He was our worst guest ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
You too could be our worst guest ever.
Matt, you are truly
worst host.
A special kind of worst.
We're all the worst. Yeah. All right. So this has been fun, right?
And maybe we could do some worst, wordplay. We could eat some bratwurst, and.
Oh, look! Now you come up with a great idea. It's in the final seconds.
That was marinating in my head.
Marinating. All right, we have 1 minute left, so we need to thank our we have the worst crew in the business.
By the way,
Mia, who's a great director. We have Tony. We have Tony stage. We have Duncan on sound. We have Yvette running the studio, and Michael Arden. Yes. I have to thank you. You are our first debut guest here on this train wreck that we like to call Worst Week Ever.
Wait, can we do worst handshake ever?
Worst handshake ever.
Right, here we go. It goes like this. It goes like this. Now it goes bam, 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 and then it goes bam, 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 bam. All right.
That was the worst handshake ever.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think the show is almost over, so we're going to say goodnight, everyone. And if you thought this week was bad, stay tuned for next week.
Bring on the hay mail.
What? Keep going. Oh, so we keep going. All right, so we'll
Bring on
keep
the
talking.
hate mail.
Worst week ever. Look at that picture. Lovely. Worst week ever.
His pecs are actually even more bloated.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're done. 30 seconds, so you can put us back on. We'll come back. You can get rid of the image.
There's still time to turn this train wreck around.
We have our final 30 seconds. We're gonna milk it for all.
We can get this
we're
thing
gonna
back
milk
on the
it.
rails.
Yes.
All
All right,
right. Okay. So, Matt, what is your dream?
in 20 seconds, and we're not gonna get
All
my
right.
dreams out. Stay
Okay,
tuned next
all
week,
right.
every Wednesday
All
night
right.
at 8:30. Adios, everyone.
You might regret it. You might not.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for watching. Good night,
Yeah.
everyone.
Look how good we look.